Welcome. A 30-minute flow, connecting with your breath. Beginner level will modify from the ground up. Know that nothing that I do is a need. This is all optional. Any moment, find what works with your body. Push pause, stay there, fast forward. Your practice. I'm just here merely as a guide. Let's get started. Starting at the mat. Come into an easy seat. This is your Sukhasana, so let the knees soften, feel the energy elongate out the knees as they soften towards the earth. Wiggling the toes, any tension that you're holding on to, let it go. Inhale the breath all the way down through the spine, out through the legs. Feel both sit bones ground deep into the mat, into the earth. And then lift up out of the hips, pull the belly in, shoulders melt back behind the ears. Hands release down to your knees, crown of the head extends high to the sky. Gaze down the nose. Option to move deeper into your breath. So you inhale and exhale through the nose. Looking to find your Ujjayi Pranayama, your yogic breath. Inhale, full deep inhale. Send the breath all the way down to the knees, the toes. Notice if you're holding anything, let it soften. And let the exhale drop from away from the spine behind you. A few more rounds. Optional, moving deeper into your breath. Find your textured breathing. The tongue constricts the back of the throat. Slight tightness as you inhale. And an oceanic sound occurs in the back of the mind. Same with your exhale. This inhale and exhale with your oceanic breath. Hold on to this throughout practice. If your breath becomes labored or you can't keep up with it, slow down your body, reconnect with your postures. And then blink the eyes open. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, right arm to the mat, left arm up overhead, lateral stretch. Let the inhale rise back up. Lower left hand to the mat, opposite side. Inhale, arms up overhead. And then let's go one more round your own breath. Remembering to lower the shoulders from the ears. Gaze up underneath the right shoulder. Feel as if you're looking up underneath of that armpit. Finding the bottom rib cage, rotate up to the sky. Opposite sit bone grounds into the mat. Inhale, arms up overhead. And then release the hands behind your back. Interlace the fingertips. So you're finding an interlacing with your hands behind the back. If that doesn't work, hands to opposite elbows, hands to the forearms. Pull the hands behind you, press them to the room behind you, gaze up, open the heart, open the chest. And then we're going to keep the gaze forward as you tuck the chin slightly. Keep the clasp, bring both hands over to your right hip. Once your hands get there, they don't have to go all the way over. If they can't reach, pull them back. Just find that right side and then lower the right ear to the right shoulder. A good neck stretch. Now, normally once I start getting this movement, you'll start to tense up your thighs, your knees, reconnect with the full body, soften. Taking any half moon traces with the chin, you're looking for the neck stretch that feels best in your body. So go there. And then when you're ready, return back to neutral with the chin. Hands stay clasped, send them to the back of the room, open the heart, pull the shoulders from the ears. And then bring both hands over to your left hip. Sit up tall and proud, lift up out of the hips, soften the knees. Drop the left ear to the left shoulder. And find your neck stretch on the second side. Can you pull the left shoulder down? And just kind of find some space. If it felt good to find movement on the other side, take that on this side as well. Just gonna feel the breath. Maybe if this is your first time experiencing yoga, you're finding a little tense or discomfort in the legs. At any point, you can extend the legs long for a break. Note the farther away you put the ankles, the less intense. The closer your ankles to your sit bones, the more intense. Return the chin back to center. Release the arms up overhead. And then one time we're gonna cactus the arms. So this is also like a goal post. Elbows are bent, gaze up, open the heart, open the chest. And then inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, release the hands down. Find your way all the way down onto your back. So I'm gonna turn here as I lower my hips and my back all the way down to the earth. Knees can stay bent, palms up to the sky. Take an extra inhale and exhale. Feel the whole weight of the body sink into the mat. Maybe your lower spine is already talking to you from that little bit of seating motion that we had a moment ago. And then pull both knees into the chest, gently rocking from side to side. I always like to try to extend my tailbone to the front of the room, so it's like I'm elongating my whole spine. And then hold on to your right knee, send the left leg long. Option to keep it low as you release it into the mat, find more restorative. Or if you lift the left leg to a hover, you'll kind of notice your core lights up. Activate that as you press the lower spine into the mat. And then we'll all lower the left leg. Right knee opens up to the right. Open the hips. So I'm finding my right knee open as I'm just pulling it up towards my right shoulder. Keep the head and the shoulders, the neck into the mat towards the earth. Bring the right knee in, switch sides as the right leg goes long, pull the left knee into the chest. Take a moment, feel that hover. Maybe even you gently point both big toes towards your center line of your spine. Does that feel different as the hips square up, the belly engages? Lower the right foot, open the left hip up to the left side. So we're basically just kind of pressing it open. It doesn't have to be that big. You can stay really small and still get some mobility, some motion in your hips, okay? The right arm can be kind of your counterbalance to the right. Find where it works for your body. And then pull both knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. We're gonna bring them into the chest, lower both knees over to the right. Open the arms up to a T. So we're taking a twist with the spine. So this might be kind of hard for you guys to see, but know that my knees started at center. I dropped them to the right and kept my shoulders into the mat. I found that T or goal posting of my arms, palms turn face up. And then to find your fullest twist here, you can gaze over your left shoulder, opposite of where your knees are. So if you look to the back of the room, your knees are kind of twisting to the right. Bring your breath all the way down the left side of the spine. And then inhale. Exhale, a little bit more release. The belly empties, creating more space for your hips. If this is ever too much, you can press your feet further away from the body, make less intense of a stretch, a twist. Bring the knees back through to center. Give them a little squeeze, maybe even touch the toes to get the hips to be square. We're gonna find the second side. Pull the knees into the chest. Lower the knees over to the left. Shoulders stay touching the mat. Open the arms up to a T. And then from here, gaze over the right shoulder. So you're looking the opposite way the knees point. And then just coming back to the space, this peace, as you're just looking, seeking, exploring the body, exploring the spine. This doesn't need to look or feel like anything. This pose, just like all the others that we'll do, if there's ever any pain, completely pull back right away, take a step back, and then kind of find your adjustments where it feels okay. But know that if you feel discomfort, that's all right. Yoga is kind of about navigating new territory, exploring the body, so that we can better connect with the mind. And then bring the knees back to center, give them a squeeze one more time, and rocking the length of the mat a couple rounds. Feel a little massage in the spine. And then come all the way up for a supported boat pose. So my toes are touching the earth, my heels are lifted, a good V with the knees, and then also a good V with my body. So hands can come to the back of the thighs. As you work on opening the heart, the chest up, think lifting up out of the hips. Engage the belly. If you can do this all day, there's a lot of options to add on. So you can take the arms, release, palms face up. Option to lift the toes, have a nice bend in the knees. If you have some happy hamstrings, straighten the legs and find a full V with the spine. But notice if you start to dump and hunch over, you're lifting up out of the hips. That's even hard for me to get back into once I get out. So I'm going to lower the feet, open up, gaze slightly up, think opening of the throat. And then release, cross the feet, roll forward, meeting in tabletop. So that is where we'll have the hands directly stacked under the wrists, the shoulders, soft bending in the elbows, so I won't see this. It's just so that you're not locking up the joints, okay? And then the knees are right underneath of the hips. When you feel ready, press the tops of your feet into the mat. It should engage your belly a little bit. Gaze is at the front edge of your mat. This is your neutral tabletop, so just meaning a neutral spine. You can get deeper. There's a ton of options to get deeper. The space between your shoulder blades, so right behind your heart, press it up to the sky. Engage the belly. Feel the elongation of the crown of the head to the front of the room. Keep pressing into the tops of the feet. And then drop the belly. Look up as you inhale, cow pose. Exhale as you curve the spine. Gaze down towards your belly button. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze up, cow pose. And exhale, cat pose. Take 3 more rounds with your own breath, doing the same thing. Option to find a little bit more length. So as you exhale, can you draw out the exhale even further? And as you inhale, can you pull in even more air, more oxygen to the lungs? And exhale, release. Last round, as you round, lower the belly, curve the spine. Can you make it feel really good? And then come back through to neutral. Take the right hand, send it forward. Take the left hand, send it forward. Curl the back toes, moving into our first downward facing dog. Lift the hips. Let the head and the neck fall heavy. Pedal out the knees, so bend deeply in one knee and then the other. We're here for a few breaths, so take your time to get comfortable. Keep pressing the knuckles, the fingertips, the whole palm into the mat. And then a soft bend in the knees. We're trying to find a straight, strong spine here. Find your Ujjayi breathing, your yogic breath. Inhale as you look forward. Exhale, walk your feet forward, forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Shine your heart forward. Pull the hands up the shins. Soft bend in the knees. Engage the glutes. Exhale, forward, fold. Leading with the arms, reach and rise. Arms up overhead. Palms face one another. Exhale, forward, fold. So you lost my head a little bit there, but don't worry, I wasn't doing anything special besides smiling. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. Plant the hands, step back into your first plank. And then we're going to lower all the way to the mat with a straight, strong spine. So think, send your heart forward as you hinge forward a little bit. Lower down into a tricep push-up, all the way down to the mat. Your hands should be directly underneath of your shoulders. Pull the elbows towards the body. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, halfway lift. So a 90-degree bend is in your elbows. Gaze forward. You should be able to hover your hands, and all the work is in your belly and your back muscles. Exhale, lower. Repeat that as you inhale up into your cobra. Squeeze the shoulders to the back of the room. Exhale, forward fold. Press out of the fingers. We're going to curl the back toes. Lift up into a modified tabletop. Sink the hips back to a child's pose. And then inhale, rise back up. Lift the hips, curl the toes. Downward facing dog. Paddle it out fully. And then we're going to do that 2 more rounds. So we'll speed up the pace. Go at your own breath, your own pace. Or if you're looking to burn a little bit more energy, a little bit more fire, this is your tapas. Okay? If you're looking to burn more, follow along with me. Inhale, look to the front of the mat. Exhale, step Hop or jump your feet forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Arms up overhead, reach and rise. Exhale, forward fold, all the way back down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back into your plank. Stay here for a full round of breath. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale. And then inhale. Think, sending your heart forward as you exhale. Tricep push up, elbows go to the back of the room. Lower all the way down onto your belly, uncurl the toes. Inhale, lift up halfway for cobra. Exhale, forward fold. Now listen, inhale, straighten the arms, look up to the sky, big back bend, upward facing dog. Exhale, lower all the way back down to the mat. Curl the toes, press up out of the hands, sink the hips back for a child's pose. And then inhale, rise up as you curl the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Last round just like that, full round of breath to reset. Look forward, step or hop your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. Arms up overhead, reach and rise. And then exhale, right back down to the mat, flat back the whole way. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, plant the hands, step the feet back for your plank. Full round of breath, full deep inhale. Full deep exhale. Full inhale. And then lower the heart all the way down to the earth. Choose between cobra or upward facing dog. So you're either straightening the arms as you look up, lifting the knees, or you're doing a halfway lift. Stay up, sink, bend the knees, sink the hips back, child's pose. Inhale, rise up, tabletop, curl your toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take the right leg high, three-legged dog. One ankle circle one way, and then one the other. Right knee steps all the way through. Runner's lunge. If it doesn't get where you want it to go, use your right hand, step it forward, okay? This is your runner's lunge. Lower the back knee. Left hand plants inside the right foot. Right arm up overhead for a twist. Gaze up to the sky. Now we're going to get really strong, engage the belly. We're going to lift all the way up for a twisted lunge. So the right hand went to the back, left arm goes forward. Gaze over the right fingertips. Look back down to the front of the mat, left hand lowers, right arm up overhead. And then one more time, right hand to the back of the room, lift up. And then look forward, exhale as you left hand lowers, right hand frames the front foot. Press the hips forward. And then walk the hands back as you straighten the right leg. Press the big toe towards your heart, heart towards your big toe. Soften the right knee. Find a couple breaths. Bend forward as you hinge the hips forward. Heel toe the right foot to the right, so both hands come inside the right leg. This is your lizard, so make some circles with the hips. Option, if you really like that hamstring stretch, you can straighten the right leg again. Or you can just find some stillness if you want to sink down to your forearms and find some softening. Return the hands back up overhead. Curl the back toes, lift the back foot. We're going to step the right foot back to meet it. Find your plank. And then lower the heart all the way to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Uncurl the toes, gaze up. Exhale, bend the knees, lift the hips, child's pose. Inhale, rise up, curl the toes, downward facing dog. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale. And the left leg goes high for your three-legged dog, second side. Take ankle circles one way, and then the other. Inhale fully, exhale, look forward, step the left foot to the left hand, runner's lunge. Use your hand to get the knee right above the ankle. Back heel lowers. Find your inhale, find your exhale. Plant the right hand, left arm up overhead. Twist to the second side. And then we're gonna lift up out of this twist again. So you're gonna lift up off, maybe find the right fingertips, and then the left hand goes to the back of the room, right arm forward. To get full in the posture, the gaze would be over the back hand behind you. Lower the right hand down, left arm up. And then again, inhale, lift up, engage the belly. Last round as you lower the right hand back down, left arm up overhead, gaze up. Inhale, rise back up, last time. Lower the right hand, lower the left. And then straighten the left leg, walk the hands back on either side of your hip. Shine your heart forward, think straight, strong spine. With every inhale, you're lengthening out of the hips, crown of the head to the front of the mat. With every exhale, the belly empties. Maybe you find more space physically, or just with your breath, you find it mentally. Soften the back of the kneecap. Think right hip on top of the right knee. And then it's as if your left heel is dragging itself towards the right knee. You're pulling the body together. Bend the front knee, walk the hands forward. Send the hips forward. Find some opening, find some space. And then heel toe the left foot to the left hand, both hands inside that foot. This is your lizard pose. So you can find some hip circles. If it felt good, straighten the leg. If you did so on the other side, just trying to find that balance. Or if you went all the way down on your forearms, if you have a few books or a block, you can have that higher to kind of get some length and some space. I know you have a couple of breaths. And then return back to your palms. Curl the back toes, lift up, stay strong. Left foot steps back for your plank. And then from here, we're gonna step the right foot forward. And then we're gonna step the left foot forward to frame the hands. So wide-legged, toes point out, sink the hips back, hands come to your heart. This is kind of too much for you. Lift the heels. Well, kind of makes it harder. If you can get the heels down, keep them down. If they're lifted, it's not bad. It's just a different form. Your body is all different. Release the hands to the mat. Lift the hips, wide-legged forward fold. Sway to the right. Sway to the left. Really connect with that Ujjayi breath. So breathe deeply in the nose. Full deep exhale out the mouth. With every inhale, you're pulling in good energy, good space. You are brilliant. With every exhale, you're getting rid of the buildup, anything holding on your body, your mind. Get rid of it. It's not needed in this moment. And then heel toe the feet back together. Plant the right foot. So we're keeping the right foot where it is. Hands frame that foot. Left toes slide all the way back to the mat. Runner's lunge. So widen the stance a little bit. Back heel lowers down. So parallel to the back of the mat. Left arm cartwheels up and back. Right arm goes forward. Warrior two. Gaze over your front fingertips. Your right knee should be pressing to the outside of the mat. Take the front palm, flip it. Right hand is going to go to the back of the room as the left arm finds your leg. Reverse your warrior. Inhale back through to your warrior two. Right elbow to right knee, left arm up overhead. And then gaze up to that left arm, just like we were stretching when we started. Look up to the sky. Inhale back up. And then take the right leg, straighten it. So your right leg is straight. Right hand to right ankle, left arm up overhead. So when you're here, your gaze can be up to the sky following that arm. Soft bend in the right knee so you're not locking anything out. And keep pressing your right hip back, left hip forward. Try to get your hips in alignment. So think hips stacking on top of one another, hinging down for a nice triangle. Look down to the front of the mat, bend the right knee, Both hands come down to frame the front foot. Get nice and strong on the right knee, soft bend in the back leg. Step it forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Reach and rise, arms up overhead. Pull the hands to heart center, bend the knees, sink the hips back for your chair pose. We're gonna be here for a few moments, so you should be feeling this in your glutes. Look down, you should be able to see your toes. Weight is in the heels, bend the knees, open the heart, the chest to the sky, kind of like our boat pose earlier. Stay here, this is a really good place to kind of engage the belly, send it back. Or if you'd like to go further, the left elbow goes to the right knee. We twist to the right. If you look down, your left knee might be jetting forward. Get them back in alignment. And then look up to the sky. Keep the belly engaged. Let the exhale build you as you lift back up to your chair. Right elbow to left knee. Second side. It's like you're opening the heart, the chest up to the sky. Right knee stays in line with the left. Come back into center. Open the heart, open the chest. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Left foot plants. And then we're gonna slide the right foot all the way back. Runner's lunge. Back heel lowers, parallel to the back of the mat. Right arm cartwheels up. Left arm forward, warrior two. So your left knee is right above your left ankle. If it's forward, it means you can get bigger, okay? Take the front palm, flip it. Right arm back as you reverse your warrior. Keep a nice bend in the front knee. Return back through warrior two. Gaze over your front fingertips, left elbow to left knee, right arm up overhead. So we're not sinking into this left shoulder, we're like lengthening and getting bigger. Sometimes we slouch here and we're like, oh, just need a break. But really press up out of that shoulder, open the gaze up to the sky. Release back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. And then this time we're gonna start right. So it's imagine that your right hip opens up even more. Your left knee stays tracking with your left big toe. Left hand forward. Hinge the shoulders forward, left arm lowers, right arm up overhead. Looking for a big triangle shape with the body. And return to your breath. Imagine that this bottom part of your rib cage could ripple up, face the sky, open the heart, the chest. Bend the front knee as you look back down, frame the front foot. Get deep in the bend the back knee, step it forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, bend the knees fully, and then I'll even face you. Bend the knees fully, open up wide, and walk the hands forward. So a big stretch, the heels lift. You can't really see what I'm doing, but the heels are lifted, the knees go wide, walk the hands forward. And then lower the knees to the mat. You'll probably have to walk back quite a bit. Open the knees wide, sink down for a nice long child pose. You can massage your third eye center into the mat. Try to sink the hips a little bit heavier onto the shins or the ankles. Walk the hands over to the right for a lateral stretch. Open the left side of the body. And then walk the hands all the way to center, over to the left, opening the right side of the body. Return back to center. Walk up as you come up onto your heels. Send both feet straight out in front of you. Onto your sit bones. Bend the knees, lower all the way back onto your mat. Palms face up. You made it. You found your mat. Bring the heels in. Send both feet straight up, legs up the wall. And take an ankle circle one way and then the other. This is, again, the part of the practice where you start to move with what serves you. So if your hips were talking to you, find some hip circles. If your legs are talking to you, scissoring might work. Anything that you can find that serves its purpose for unwinding what's going on into your muscles, your joints. And then when you're ready, bend the knees. Hands come behind the thighs, underneath the knees. Open the knees up wide. Half happy baby. Think pressing the tailbone into the mat. And whenever you're ready, we're meeting in our final resting pose, Shavasana. So pressing the knees back together. Extend them down long onto the earth. Palms turn face up. Shoulders melt from the ears. And take one more full inhale, full exhale. Feel the peace that you find on your mat. And then let control of the breath release. Everything drops, everything softens. So looking for the space between the thoughts in the present moment where you are meant to truly be and truly thrive. This is your energy. This is your space. Soften into the void. Wiggling the fingers and the toes. Bend the knees as you roll onto your right side. Coming up to a seat, facing the front of the mat. Cross the ankles. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, pull them through to heart center. Pull a big smile into your face. The light, the teacher, the student in me honors, loves, and resides in the light, the teacher, the student in you. Thank you so much for committing to your practice, for joining me on your mat. We'll smile and bow together. Namaste. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed your practice as much as I did. I would love to hear from you. Anything that's kind of pulling at your heart. Where is your purpose driving you? I am Crystal, owner of Gypsy Spirit Yoga, and I am just so honored to be a part of your life.